Who is going to win the 2022 World Cup? Here are my predictions for the entire tournament. There are plenty of predictor games around on the internet. Use whichever one you like, but make sure you tell me in the comments at least who you think is winning this thing. And for super brownie points, show me all you're working out. Don't forget to hit like as we attempt to predict the entire 2022 World Cup. Group A. This seems to come down to one game if things go as I expect. I'll assume Netherlands top and Qatar bottom. So who wins out of Ecuador and Senegal? I'll go for the Senegalese, giving us Netherlands top, Senegal second, Ecuador third, Qatar bottom. Group B. This is England's group, maybe, but hopefully not. There's some annoying draws in there. Surely, though, the Three Lions can pull out 5, 6, 7 or more points. Question again, with Iran as the rank outsiders, are the Welsh better than the US? A couple of tournaments ago, maybe. Not now, I don't think. So I'm going England top, US second, Wales third, Iran fourth. Group C. Before this gets too predictable, let's go for a vague surprise in here. I think everyone is going to have Argentina up top and Saudi at the bottom in this one. I'll go for Poland, though, to win the head-to-head with the Mexicans and take second. So that's Argentina first, Poland second, Mexico third, Saudi fourth. Group D. Now, it's so easy just to pick all the favourites when you're doing this. And if everyone does that, all the predictions look the same. And it's not going to happen, is it? So let's throw a cat amongst the pigeons and forecast a slow start from the French. Denmark are always good fun. They certainly were in the Euros. Let's go for them top. France second, Australia third, and Tunisia fourth. Group E. Germany plus World Cup normally means at least the semi-finals for the Germans. I know many will have them second in this group, but I'm going to put them top with Spain second, followed by Costa Rica in third, and Japan bringing up the rear. Group F. Despite their very good players, I don't necessarily trust the Belgians after the last couple of tournaments. I do, however, trust them to top this group. A bit of a sense of strong generations for both Belgium and Croatia maybe coming to an end this World Cup. So I'll have the Croats second, Morocco third, and Canada in last place. Group G. Here come the favourites and very popular picks, Brazil. We'll stick them straight at the top with that being said, and Cameroon, at the bottom. Really tight between the Swiss and the Serbs, but I will back the Swiss. Really like them in the Euros. So Brazil top, Switzerland second, Serbia third, Cameroon fourth. Group H. I'm half and half on this one. I'm expecting Portugal and Uruguay to be the top two in whatever order, and South Korea and Ghana to be the bottom two. I'm a little bit unsure, but we've got to commit to something. So let's go European. Portugal top, Uruguay second. We'll have Ghana third, and sorry, son, South Korea fourth. The round of 16. Netherlands versus USA. Now, although I'm quite high on the Americans this time around, I just can't see them getting past an opponent like the Dutch. Netherlands into my quarterfinals. Argentina v France. Well, I've well and truly stitched myself up here trying not to be predictable. This would be a huge round of 16 matchup if it did indeed happen. And if I've got the French struggling to start in the group this early in the tournament, then maybe I'd have to back the Argentinians. France out. Germany v Croatia. An all-European tie has come up here. And could we see the great Luka Modric bow out at this point? I think we might. Onwards go the Germans. Brazil versus Uruguay. This one sounds juicy and sort of historic, doesn't it? A highly plausible banana skin as well for them, they're Brazilians. But I am not seeing them tripping over it. Through they go. England v Senegal. Now, we know that Premier League legend Sadio Mane is not going to be around, so I think I'm a little bit more confident in forecasting the Three Lions through to the quarterfinals. Denmark versus Poland. I'm probably going too high on Denmark here, but let's have them going through and beating the Poles and getting to the last eight. And we may be waving goodbye to another legend in Polish striker Robert Lewandowski. Belgium versus Spain. Now, I said earlier in the video I didn't trust the Belgians. This should be a highly technical game, obviously dependent on the heat, but I would fancy Spain in this one to go through. Portugal versus Switzerland. Yes, I did say I like the Swiss in the Euros, but I can't see them stopping the Portuguese. Ronaldo, Fernandes and co into the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals. Netherlands versus Argentina. This was the final in 1978 and Argentina won in extra time. So we are going to go for a bit of history repeating itself. The end of the road for the Dutch. Argentina through to the last four. Germany versus Brazil. Wow, the two greatest World Cup nations in the biggest heavyweight clash, and I will predict that the infamous 7-1 mauling in 2014 is avenged and the Brazilians go through. England versus Denmark. Well, this has worked out beautifully again, hasn't it? What a coincidence. Will Denmark get revenge for the Euros semi-final defeat at the hands of England? Absolutely not. England into the semis. Spain versus Portugal. An Iberian derby to round this out. Some beautiful quarterfinals here. Spain maybe are the better side. I do think Portugal's individual quality on the day might steal it. Semi-finals. Argentina versus Brazil. Woohoo! Imagine that. A matchup for the ages between the two South American giants. And in the first World Cup since the passing of Diego Maradona, maybe we'd see Argentina repeat the trick they did in 1990 and beat the Brazilians. England versus Portugal. I've got England in the final four again. What am I like? But they've got Portugal in my semis. They did beat them in 1966 on the way to a win, but Portugal always have the bragging rights in recent years. I think England are going to fall with the final in sight. Portugal go through. England go out. The final. Argentina versus Portugal. Well, how about that? Argentina, Portugal. Messi versus Ronaldo. The two greats of the modern era at the end of their careers. Neither with a World Cup in their ginormous collection of medals and accolades. Will this end the debate once and for all? Well, of course it won't. That debate's going to go on forever. But were this the final, it would likely signal a third World Cup win for Argentina and Messi to finally have that World Champions medal. Well, there you go. Maybe I let my imagination run wild, but can you imagine some of those ties playing out? Feel free to get your views on my predictions in the comments, but can I be totally honest with you? I'm far more interested in hearing your predictions than a critique of my little Messi versus Ronaldo final fantasy. Speaking of Ronaldo, I spent yesterday morning watching part one of his interview with Piers Morgan, and you can click right here to see what I made of it.